Hello, everyone. This is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel. How's everybody doing? The comet, meteorite, or whatever it's supposed to be, that's causing a lot of concern. We're going to talk about that because that story keeps getting interesting and more interesting. Now it's got some companions and stuff. It just seems like the solar system, our little solar system, is starting to get kind of like a traffic jam in the next few months. Anyway, but strange stuff. The thing about that is, I don't know what's true or not true, because if they're saying this stuff that's true about Three Eye Atlas, that should be all over the news. You know, when you got scientists, anyway, we'll discuss that too. But anyway, strange stuff. Well, I tell you what, it felt good taking the weekend off. There's so much going on right now. I think I need to get my prepping channel going more. I think being on this channel, complaining about what's going on, telling everybody, trying to tell everybody what's going on and try them to understand who the real enemy is, or why we're having all these problems we have. The problem, right? Not real. How's the entity that's causing the problem going to solve the problem? Anyway, I just feel that I need to do a little bit more on my prepping channel to get people prepared. I mean, if you can't see what's going on by now, you got to be blind, okay? Both sides of this conflict in this country want to start getting at each other's throats, and that's what's coming. And we need to be prepared for it. And that's, if you want to survive, don't act like the monkeys are reacting when stuff gets bad. By the way, hey, how's it going, Effin? By the way, let's get on with the subject. Got some people here and stuff. This magic bullet theory with Charlie Kirk and stuff. Okay, a 30-06 is a very high-powered rifle. Very high-powered rifle. If you've ever shot one before, okay, you ain't gonna shoot but 3 or 4 rounds on it, and your shoulders is gonna be sore, and you ain't gonna shoot it again. But I mean, a 30-06 from 800 yards, you can take a man out still. It's a very high-powered rifle. But listening to some of these YouTubers that want to buy this miracle bullet thing, okay? One thing, Charlie Kirk may have had dense bone matter, but it's nothing to stop a 30-06 bullet at 200 yards, okay? At 200 yards, or it wasn't even 200 yards, with 30-06, that thing's still going well over 3,200 feet per second. It'd go right through body armor like it was nothing. And it would definitely go, I'm a hunter, all right? I need to pull out a box of shells and tell you what the ballistics on it are. But believe me, a 30-06 is a very high-powered rifle. And even less power rifles, when you shoot big game, it goes through them. A 30-06 going through a deer will take out 4 to 5 ribs in the chest, both the entrance and the exit wound. Okay? It doesn't matter. And a deer, you know, it doesn't even come close to stopping it. And they're going to try to tell us that his neck stopped it because of his dense bone matter. It doesn't matter. It would have shattered that spinal cord like nothing. It wouldn't have mattered. I mean, a 30-06 at 200 yards, let's just say you would have some very visible body armor on, you know, thick body armor to stop that. You know, I don't know what happened. You know, to me, like I say, how come a bullet should have went through him? People in the background should have got hit too. I mean, like I say, that's a bullet just keeps on traveling. 800 yards with 30-06, you can kill a man. Oh yeah, 800 yards. It's one of them guns. So a 200-yard shot is like dropping a pebble in a pond that you're standing in front of, especially if you fired the gun. And that's a gun that, you know, you're not going to take out for the first time and just pop a cap off, all right? That thing's got one hell of a recoil on it. Like I say, it'll soften your shoulder up some. It's not a rifle that you go out and shoot 20 rounds out, a box of rounds out of, your first time you go shooting it. Probably not even your 10th time. It's a very high powered gun, but it's going to go through anything. And they're trying to, the surgeon said that he found the bullet in the skin. That's bullshit. Anybody who's hunted with a 30-06 knows that's bullshit. I mean, it'll go through an elk, both sides of an elk, right through. You're talking 2 feet for sure, if not more. None of these wild stories is going to help people come to terms with not knowing the truth. See, this is the thing, people. We're never going to know the truth. Never going to know the truth. Whether Israel did it, whether it was a transgender community that did it, whether it was, see, the thing is, if Israel did it, Mossad did it, that would have meant the CIA was involved. There's no way Mossad is working in the United States without the CIA knowing it and approving of it. Right, CIA? I mean, they work hand in hand. But, there's no way that his neck would have stopped. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of strange stuff. One thing about, people will associate a pistol bullet round with like a 30-06. No. A pistol round, normal pistol round, isn't even going 1,000 feet a second. Okay, and that 30-06 was traveling at least 3,200 or more when he hit Charlie Kirk. Okay, it should have went right through. I mean, I made a video about this. I think the guy, if it was that lone gunman, he was aiming for the head and hit the neck, hit low. Because if that was a 30-06 and it would have hit his head would have exploded. Exploded. All right, that's just the way it is. What we saw was the exit wound. I don't know. There's so many stories going on out there. I mean, 30-06 getting hit in the neck will kill you instantly. No doubt about it. Drop you to the ground. No doubt about it, but it would go through you. No doubt about it. I mean, I don't care what rifle I've ever used hunting deer. It always went through the chest, completely through the animal. Even a 243 will. Through the animal. And you're talking 1.5 feet, really? Taking out, like I say, 3 to 4 to 5 ribs at a time on both sides. This is why hunters, I just sick and tired of YouTubers that know nothing about ballistics. Never fired a high-powered rifle. Never seen the damage it can do to actual flesh. Going to sit out here and say, well, I believe in the magic bullet theory. Or he was wearing body armor and it ricocheted off. If any type of pistol body armor, that stuff would have went through like it was a hot knife going through butter. We saw the exit wound. I don't know. Like I say, anybody who thinks they know the truth about what happened doesn't know the truth because they haven't told us the truth yet. That's why we have now all these conspiracy theories. But, the entrance room too. I mean, the thing is, the entrance room wound would have been huge too. I mean, frankly, a 30-06 hitting you in the neck should have blew half your neck away. Should have collapsed him right on the spot. Blew the back of his neck out. Almost severed, would have almost severed his head from his body. And if it would have hit him in the head, his head would have exploded. I know this from hunting animals and being in the Marine Corps. What damage weapons can do to people. And I'm not going to sit and listen to the stupid guy. I don't know what happened. But I know what they're trying to push with this miracle bullet is bullshit. It's bullshit. And the thing is, nobody believed the miracle bullet, I mean, the magic bullet with JFK, but people are willing to stand up and believe this miracle bullet theory. Anyway, in the future, maybe the truth will come out. But you know, one thing, I wish people would settle down so we don't have any other miracle bullet incidences. I mean, Charlie Kirk, man of steel, saved other people even in death. That stuff fantasy stories are written about. Anyway, that was not a military grade hit. I don't understand. We talking with the round or the way it was done. A 30-06 is not a military grade rifle. I mean, I've been dealing with 30-06s ever since I was. And you got to be kind of older to fire one of them. Like I say, they got quite a punch to them. But you know, there's a lot of things that don't add up about this. A lot of things. That's why we'll never hear the truth. I hear so many different things that, they captured him running on the roof 10 seconds before the round was fired. He was already running away and stuff. I don't know what to believe. Charlie always interrupted people, but hated when people did it to him. Then see, this is the thing. Then don't go to his rallies. See, the thing with Charlie Kirk, I never followed him that much anyway. But when he got the call from the White House and sat there and said with the list that's a hoax, and he needed to call Mega down and get him to think the way the administration was thinking, I had it with him. To me, he was showing he was bought and paid for. But that doesn't still give them the right to do what they did to him. My God, you disagree with somebody, you start shooting people these days? We got social media. You want to sit there and get on Charlie Kirk, get on social media and speak your piece. Instead of having to visit a jail cell because you spoke your piece. I don't know what happened, but that miracle bullet theory is hogwash. Something else to distract us. Anyway, crazy times we live in, people, but you know, if you want to believe this, it's causing our civil war to break out. It's causing division in this country to be even bigger than it has been, and people are realizing it now. So, you know, like I said, I need to get my prepping channel warmed up and a little bit more on that, because I hope you're able to survive on your own. Because when things get nasty, like everybody wants it, like Mega and the liberals want it, they want to get at each other now, you know, they're going to make the rest of our lives crazy. Civil war? No, I don't. Hey, Bambi, how's it doing? Hey, Bambi, what's happened to Peach? I haven't seen him in a while. Free that man. He's innocent. I don't know if he's innocent. He's a patsy. But you know what? They better be careful when they move him. Because what happened to Lee Harvey Oswald when they moved him? We'll find out if he's a patsy. I don't know. I just, you know, that it seems kind of far-fetched. I mean, these people are violent, but I just don't know. There's just too many. I got his ass this morning finally after 4 years. Pizza versus Windsor. I tell you what, I can't keep up with the chat. It just really goes. But, you know, I'm trying to get my channel to grow, and that's YouTube's really cracking down. I mean, the shorts that I put on the last 2 days, they won't give nobody the time of day, especially the one that I put on this morning, which is such the truth. And every country is ruled by the minority that fooled the majority, right? You got a minority of elites that fool the majority to vote for them. And this is what you get. But they don't want that one out there. So anyway. Night of Cipher. That's a second here. There. I don't go for any stupid comments on this channel. Bambi, you see anything stupid like that? I'm gay. Get rid of them. This is about problems we have in this country. I don't care what you do in your goddamn bedroom. Okay? So why are we catering to the 1%? The thing is, I don't want to hear about your sexual exploits. I want to hear about how you want to solve the problems of this country. And telling me what you do in your bedroom is not how you solve the damn problem. We got serious issues in this problem. And if that's the only thing you come on my channel and sit there and make some stupid comment, well, it just shows that you're going to be one of those that don't survive. If you're too stupid to see what's about to hit your front door, and you don't want to prepare for it and just want to be part of the problem, well, then deal with it, okay? Anyway, let's go on to the next subject, because that's enough about Charlie Kirk. Like I say, we're never going to find out the truth of this. All we are is every day more accusations and rumors and conspiracy theories come out. More and more every day, which makes it, it just shows us that our world's really screwed up anyway. So let's get on about 3I Atlas. You know that cosmic super speeding rock comet or whatever that's coming to our universe in a very strange way. When you got Harvard astronomers and professors, this was back months ago when they're saying that, well, if it was an alien craft, it would start acting like this, or, it's doing all those things they said it could do. And now all of a sudden it's got 9 companions with it that just showed up out of nowhere. 9 companions going, 150,000 miles an hour that just showed up around it. This could be some crazy stuff. The way I'm watching this stuff, right? And I don't know what to believe. I mean, they're making it sound like all of a sudden we're having a galactic traffic jam around our sun here coming in a few months with all this stuff. Now, I don't want to think it could be aliens, but, that's carbon dioxide. Now, I never wanted to look into this, but the air, like around our space capsules and stuff, if they were to form a trail and you had human beings in that capsule, and we exhale carbon dioxide, would that be where the carbon dioxide could be coming from this tail? I mean, I would love to sit there and see a close-up view of this thing. And then it's like you're saying, it could have its own internal power source, giving off its own light. Okay, I'm not saying this, people. Okay, I'm neutral on this. I'll make my decision here in a couple months when it gets closer to the sun. But if it starts slowing down, but they're just saying it's kind of like doing minute course corrections and crazy time. But then now it's got 9 companions with it. I mean, is it possible that a spaceship could be traveling at 150,000 miles an hour through our solar system, just checking it out? Maybe refugees from a planet that exploded or something that they had to get out of, and they're going through the galaxy looking for a place to live. I don't know, but the carbon dioxide to oxygen level, 8 parts carbon dioxide to 1 part oxygen, and then the nickel refined metals, nickel without iron. Well, that happens in when they refine the metals and stuff. Otherwise, iron and nickel are, you need manufacturing processes to separate it. And it could it be a real craft? But then again, why would it have a tail? I mean, I don't think a natural or a man-made object would have a tail. But then again, I don't know. They said that the tail was running the opposite direction for a while. It's just crazy time, people. I mean, well, like I say, what else can they put on our plates? But this 3i Atlas, has me really confused with. Like you say, it just sounds like there's getting to be a traffic jam around our sun here in the next couple months. Anyway, alien invasion. I just don't think that would happen. I know no alien race would want to come down here and infect their culture with any type of retarded stuff from our culture. I mean, if you were watching what we watch down here on Earth and you were an intelligent species, I mean, what would you look at us like? Like we were freaking apes and trees with nuclear weapons. But nerd. Signals of well, they say there's transmissions coming from them too. Okay, I see this. I watch a couple things on it now. It's on my feed and stuff. But yeah, they say transmissions are coming from it too. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's just interesting. We know we're not alone in this universe. This universe is too big. It's a mathematical impossibility for us to be the only life, let alone intelligent life in the universe. I mean, there's been intelligent life that has come and gone in this universe long before the earth was even created. That life is continuous. The universe is always expanding. So I think human arrogant ignorance needs to get over that. Oh, we're the only race. We're the best of the best. That's the biggest waste of space I've ever seen if there's only life on Earth. But, one day it's going to come where we are going to have first contact. And I just don't believe it's going to be now because we can't even get along with each other. You can't get along with your neighbor. Countries can't get along with other countries. That's why we have wars. That's why neighbors fight. If you were an intelligent race, would you come down here for that? Hell no. You would observe. Not to say they didn't have people here observing. We still had that big old drone thing less than a year ago, right? That we never got an answer to that Donald Trump says, I'm going to give you the answer to that. Oh, the FAA was running, secret drills or whatever. The crap they tried telling us. Crap. Just like this miracle bullet. Crap. I mean, I got an education when I went to school. If my teacher would have tried telling me this shit, I'd have said, you're trying to teach me crap. So, but Werner von Braun, the father of our rocket program, the Nazi scientist who created the V2, who put us on the moon, yeah, the Nazi SS. But, he said that they were going to use a alien invasion type thing as their last resort. I don't know. We live in some crazy times. You don't know what to believe anymore. You get 50 different stories. I mean, everybody could see the same thing. And you're going to come up with 50 or 100 different stories of what actually happened. And that's the world we live in these days. Truth is just something that, I don't know, that somebody convinces you of. But, that's why I did this Charlie Kirk and the 3i Atlas. The miracle bullet and the comet that's acting like an alien spaceship. I guess we'll find out in the future, right? We always do. But anyway, crazy times, people. I don't actually know anything whatsoever. That's the way you feel, doesn't it? I mean, you do start feeling that way. It's like, God, all these facts that I used to think I knew, they get you questioning your own knowledge. And then stuff that you know, this is the way it was. And I'm not going to believe it, okay? So all I know is that we got a war coming. And whether it be the aliens are going to attack us or we're going to start attacking each other, we got a war coming because we cannot get along at all. And the people on the left and the right are thirsting for it. And the people in the middle will get drug in for it. The bullet didn't have any unusual marks, though. 3-1 Atlas is interesting, though. Yeah, I don't know, okay? Like, there's a lot of space out there. If this is one thing, human beings, we don't know everything. We're not even close to knowing everything. And a lot of races would come to us and we'd be the Stone Age to them. Okay, we do not know a lot of things. And that's why I think we're so smart. We know everything that's going on. We know physics, that's just the way it is. And when strange stuff comes by that is against our standard way of thinking, we shut it out. If it interferes with our reality, we shut it out, don't we? And that's what's going on with this. So anyway, like I say, I don't put up a crap on this channel anymore. You want to sit here and come in if I don't watch chat much, but when I see stuff that I don't want to see, I'll just hide you from the channel. Okay? Hide you from the channel. There's too much of this stuff on social media where people are, if they had to come to me face to face, they'd never say it. Okay? And I'm sick of cowards on YouTube that hide behind their keyboard. Anyway. But there have been so many ridiculous things put out there. The gullible fall for it. Yeah, I know. Nobody has critical thinking anymore. Charlie Kirk, Mega's so pissed off, they're not having critical thinking anymore because they're sitting there talking like Democrats. We need to restrict our bill, our amendment, our First and Second Amendment. Well, no. You don't restrict any of our amendments. If you do, our founding fathers said we need to enact the Declaration of Independence. But, you go against the narrative, and this is what happens. And the thing is, they're still creating the narrative for the Charlie Kirk. They're still creating it, seeing where it's going to go. Because if the FBI wanted to put an end to all this conspiracy theory shit, and the authorities wanted to, they could come up with the facts. And like I say, they had this kid on surveillance on the college for, almost an hour before the assassination. So he's carrying a gun around, getting on roofs and stuff, and nobody's watching the cameras? The hell they got him for? There's a lot of questions about it that are just totally unbelievable. That's why we have conspiracy theories, because the authorities come and try to make us believe something that's totally unbelievable. Anyway, hey, if you like the content, please hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. Trying to get my channel to grow. I'm trying to figure out how to get around the algorithm, but I tell you what, censorship has not improved under Trump at all. At all. Our First Amendment is already restricted by a freaking computer algorithm. AI restricts my freedom of speech. Great world we live in, right? Can't wait to see what's in store. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to start up my Lone Wolf Prepper Lives channel a little bit more because I think it's time to everybody can see what's happening. Lots of channels that are going with all these conspiracy theories. And the thing is, if you're a YouTuber and you've never shot a high-powered rifle, never went hunting with a high-powered rifle, shut up! You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's a big difference between a pistol, a 9mm, and a 30-06. If you don't know, like I hear, well, I don't really know, but then you don't know, okay? If you shot 30-06 before and took out an animal with it, you would know. Anyway, but crazy times, people trying to fill a bunch full of shut up, grandfather. 20 yards is easy, no shit. 200 yards is on 30-06 is like throwing a rock into a pond that you're standing in front of. But then again, I'm a Marine, so I am a skilled shooter. You know, I've been shooting ever since I was a little kid, shooting pocket goers at 150 yards with a 22, open sights. That's the way I grew up. Anyway, and like I say, a 30-06, you can kill a man at 800 yards, and possibly 1,000, if you have the right line of sight. Anyway. Crazy world we live in, people. But this is the Miracle Bullet and 3-Eye Atlas, the comet that's acting like a spaceship. And now it's got 9 companions that are going right up. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, these these professors and these colleges, you know, hey, Jeff, how's it going? Yeah, I've been live for about 32 minutes. I got to get out of here because I got plans for tonight. So you can rewatch it. But yeah, the Miracle Bullet and 3-Eye Atlas. They're never going to sit there and tell us what happened with this Charlie Kirk. This is going to be something just like the JFK assassination. And we're going to have to believe in bone density and all this other stuff that don't make sense. I mean, the magic bullet, it went through a bunch of stuff in took 3 seconds. It went through a bunch of stuff. And then we got the Miracle Bullet that was stopped by dense bone. My God, what they want us to believe is unreal. That's all I got to say. Don't Marines eat crayons? Well, you know, this Marine never has, but I tell you what, I sure have heard that a lot. I never heard that at all in the Marine Corps. I've heard all the Marine Corps jokes from the other services when I was that you could think of, and I never heard the crayons ones. I don't know why, but no, I don't eat crayons. I eat lead. But anyway, let's just say Marines are a different breed. There's no doubt about that, especially ones that were in during Reagan, like me. We're a different breed. So, you know, when you go in, when Reagan was in office, and you get out when Clinton was in office, you really saw how much the country changed. And this is just another symptom of our country just going completely to hell. But anyway, that's all I got for this evening. Hey, Sonny, how's it going? Tom, I got to speak to you, my friend. I'm not always up to date with the chat. I'm going to create another EE, and I will get at you soon. Not a problem, Sonny. Mistake. Good. Thanks, God. But, yeah, I appreciate it, Sonny. So, not a problem. You know, you got my email. But, you know, everybody's just busy. I think a lot of YouTubers like me are figuring out we need to spend more time preparing for the future. Like I say, I've been on YouTube now basically screaming my ass off for a couple of years, trying to wake people up. One channel got canceled. People don't want to listen no more. I'm going to get on my prepping channel. I'm going to do some camping, and I'm going to do some solo camping, some, night navigation and stuff, some real seeing the natural trail through the woods, that type of stuff. Because everybody wants to fight. This stuff, I had a guy on here that, I love your channel, but I have to leave because the chat's too nasty. Too nasty. People talking to each other has become so nasty. This is the world we live in. Anyway, I got plans for the night. I got to get going, but I'll be looking forward to your email there, Sonny. And wake up people for what? Like I say, I could sit out here and just disappear and let the world go by, and I'll just be fine. But then that would kind of be a selfish thing, wouldn't it? To make sure I only save myself. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. This is Tom with the Hidden Truths channel. I'm out of here.